The landscape of global supply chain technology is undergoing a massive, high-stakes shift right now. We are seeing a critical move towards supply chain decision intelligence, a vital new layer of software that sits above fragmented systems to help enterprises interpret complex data and make better, faster operational decisions. This is not just a new label. It is the intelligence layer that determines how well your entire supply chain responds to real-world pressure.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Big moves are happening in the real estate sector as ESR Group Limited partners with two major Chinese insurance groups to launch a new 1.6 billion yuan, or $234.6 million, investment fund. This massive deal is set to acquire multi-story logistics and industrial assets in key locations like Shanghai and Suzhou. It is a major play for logistics infrastructure, and we are tracking exactly what this acquisition means for the broader Asian logistics market. Big news for importers as logistics giants UPS, FedEx, and DHL are now officially preparing to reimburse customers for illegal tariffs following the launch of the new U.S. Customs and Border Protection Claims portal. This follows a Supreme Court ruling that invalidated specific duties, potentially unlocking $166 billion in refunds for businesses. While these firms are moving to return these funds, we are digging into the fine print on administrative fees and the ongoing legal battles that consumers are still navigating. Finally, Micropolis has officially signed a landmark engineering and manufacturing agreement with global logistics leader DP World to advance intelligent automation. By deploying a container ascending system at major hubs like Jebel Ali, Micropolis is aggressively expanding its footprint from public safety into the high-growth maritime and industrial automation sector. Keep your eyes on this partnership as they integrate AI-driven robotics into the world's most critical port infrastructure. And be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for the latest updates. Ever feel like your supply chain is drowning in data but starving for answers? You're definitely not alone. We've spent the last decade throwing software at every problem imaginable: ERP systems, warehouse managers, transportation tools, you name it. Yet, despite having a massive stack of tech, the most critical decisions still feel like a guessing game played across fragmented teams. Today, we're talking about the missing link: supply chain decision intelligence. Think of this as an intelligence layer sitting right on top of your existing systems. It isn't trying to replace your ERP or your warehouse software. Instead, it acts as the connective tissue that interprets those messy, uneven signals. Here is the reality: visibility is no longer the bottleneck. Most companies can see their data just fine. The real struggle is deciding what actually matters. Is that late shipment a minor annoyance or a massive hit to your customer service? Does that supplier alert warrant a production halt, or is it just noise? Decision intelligence is what helps you filter that noise. It's about mapping trade-offs, prioritizing the right actions, and coordinating across your entire network, not just one department. But we have to be careful. The market is getting crowded with buzzwords. Just because a dashboard has a few charts or a platform automates a simple workflow doesn't mean it's intelligent. True decision intelligence has to materially change how you interpret and act. It's the difference between software that just records activity and software that actually guides the ship. This shift is happening because our supply chains have become incredibly volatile and deeply interconnected. We aren't just collecting signals anymore. We are trying to weave them into a coherent strategy under pressure. If you want to dive deeper into this shift, we've put together a specialized market map, plus a white paper from ARC Advisory Group covering the tech behind it, like graph-enhanced reasoning and 8-way coordination. Check the links below to download your copy. At the end of the day, technology should simplify your world, not just add more layers to the complexity. Are you building a smarter system or just a more crowded one? Ever wondered where your packages actually live before they arrive at your doorstep? ESR Group just pulled off a massive move that pulls back the curtain on the logistics industry. The Asian real estate powerhouse has officially teamed up with two major Chinese insurance groups to launch a fresh $235 million fund. This isn't just a simple investment. It is a strategic play to acquire massive logistics and industrial assets in the high-stakes markets of Shanghai and Suzhou. Think of it as a bridge between the stability of insurance capital and the booming demand for ultramodern warehouse space. By tapping into these assets, ESR is clearly doubling down on the backbone of the digital economy, logistics real estate. It makes you realize that while we focus on the apps on our phones, the real battle for dominance is happening in massive industrial complexes behind the scenes. This partnership signals a major shift in how large-scale infrastructure is financed today. What do you think? Is this the smartest way to secure the future of global supply chains, or just another corporate play? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the deals shaping our world. And remember, the most important assets are often the ones you never actually see. Ever felt like you were paying for something that simply shouldn't exist? Well, if you've been waiting on a refund for those pesky international tariffs, I've got some massive news. A staggering $166 billion is finally heading back into the pockets of businesses and consumers, thanks to the launch of a new claims portal from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Here's the deal. Logistics giants like UPS, FedEx, and DHL are finally stepping up. When these companies brought your packages into the U.S., they paid the tariffs for you up front, then passed that cost directly to your doorstep. But after the Supreme Court ruled these specific duties, linked to the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, as flat-out illegal back in February, the game changed. Now, the Cape Portal is officially live. On day one alone, we saw over 55,000 parties rushing to claim back on more than 4 million imports. It's a massive logistical undertaking. But don't go trying to file a claim yourself just yet. FedEx has made it clear. They are acting as the customs broker, meaning they have to do the heavy lifting to get the money back from the government first. Once they get paid, they've promised to pass those refunds on to the shippers and consumers who originally footed the bill. UPS and DHL are singing from the same hymn sheet, promising a streamlined process for most users. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. UPS has already signaled that while they'll refund the tariffs, the administrative fees they charge to process those payments are staying in their pockets. They call them valid fees. But you can bet that's a bitter pill to swallow for many. In fact, this has sparked a wave of class action lawsuits. Take the case of Matthew Reiser, who was hit with extra fees on a shoe order and is now fighting to ensure these ancillary charges don't just disappear into corporate coffers. With over 17 lawsuits currently making their way through the courts, the fight for transparency in international shipping is only just heating up. So, if you've been impacted, keep a close eye on your accounts and expect a waiting period of 60 to 90 days once claims are processed. Are these logistics companies truly being fair with their fees, or is this just another example of hidden costs biting the consumer? Let me know your take in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on how the law impacts your wallet. Stay smart and keep tracking those shipments. Imagine a world where massive shipping containers move like puzzle pieces in a game of automated chess. That is the future being built today, and Micropolis is right at the center of the board. On April 23, 2026, Micropolis, the UAE-based robotics powerhouse, landed a major deal with logistics giant DP World. The mission: to engineer and manufacture a revolutionary container ascending system that could fundamentally change how we handle global trade at massive hubs like Jebel Ali. This isn't just another press release. It is a clear signal that Micropolis is pivoting hard from public safety and smart city tech into the high-stakes world of maritime and industrial automation. For investors, the stock movement told an interesting story. While the broader market was mixed, MCRP shares ticked up, proving that the market is beginning to price in these consistent operational milestones. From their autonomous logistics platform launch in January to their successful Saudi pilot, and that hefty $9.3 million Afric AI deal back in March, Micropolis is moving with serious momentum. What makes this partnership particularly compelling is the validation it provides. When a global player like DP World taps you for high-rigor engineering, it proves your robotics stack isn't just experimental, it is commercially viable. Now, keep in mind, this is an industry where deployments move at their own pace, and the details of this specific project are wrapped in tight confidentiality. The real test for shareholders will be watching for concrete deployment metrics and seeing if this initial agreement blossoms into a broader, long-term technological marriage. It is clear the company is betting big on its vertically integrated capabilities, moving from theory to the rough-and-tumble environment of real-world ports. If they can nail this implementation, they might just cement themselves as the go-to partner for the next generation of logistics infrastructure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of automated shipping, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tech and market analysis. What do you think? Is this the breakthrough that puts Micropolis on the map, or is the complexity of port automation too much to handle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.